We know MP came ready to play.
Looking good, MP.
Why, thank you. Like my shoes. I was like a gold suit with the pink shoes. Perfect. Let me do my entrance. Scoot, 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 scoot.
Coming right up, the Pistons taking on the Lakers. From 2K Sports to everyone out there, welcome and Happy New Year. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. Here's a look at some stats for MP.
He's having problems with his shot these days, and the analytics show that with his true shooting percentage headed down in the last 10 games. I wouldn't be surprised if he turned it around quickly, though.
And now the Los Angeles starters. De'Aaron Fox is out there with MP. Then there's Isaac Okoro. Then there's Jared Vanderbilt. And it's Jackson in at the 4. And for Detroit, we've got Jabari Smith. Also Duren out there. Thompson out there with Cunningham. And it's Christie in at the 2 guard. And MP has made his goal clear. He has his sights set on beating the top teams in the league because he knows to be the best, you have to beat the best.
Well, I really respect MP setting such a high bar, not just for himself, but for his team as well. It demonstrates leadership on his behalf. Yes. And this sort of approach can certainly draw a lot of attention to try to disprove MP and try to invalidate his ability. So it'll be interesting to see how he performs.
And that one's good. Cunningham.
Still made it.
And with New Year's Day upon us, Grant, what goes through your mind as a player?
Wow. Another new year, new possibilities. Time to put it in gear as the NBA action heats up. Teams that survive this stretch run start to become real contenders.
Yep, that one's good. Fox has got 5 points.
Man, I like how confident Fox is inside.
So apparently I have a new shoe deal coming.
Awesome. Getting good positioning close to the basket.
My own shoe.
Pass to Christie.
Pretty cool. It's nice to have a game where my name is in it for once.
By Okoro.
Certainly happy about that.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Vanderbilt, the pass to Fox. Now here's MP. This one for 3. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
I just love the ball movement.
The Pistons have gone 1 for 3 so far. Cunningham passes to Christie. The 3. Pure from 3-point range.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
So we can play some basketball. Or at least when I foul my team out.
That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Vanderbilt. Kicks it out to Jackson. Pass to Okoro. And here's Fox. Takes the 3. Duren with a rebound.
Just their first miss of the night. They've been aggressive, and they've been proficient.
And it's 6'10". Jalen Duren is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter.
And here's MP from outside. The basket's good off the assist from Fox. 9 points in the game.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Pass to Christie. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Back to Cunningham. Thompson right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Cunningham. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Up top, Jackson. MP finds Fox. From 18 feet away. Nice jump shot. Fox has got his third bucket of the night.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
I'm learning Fox.
Everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Now here's Smith. Yet to see a basket. Oh, sweet move. And it's good on the lay-in.
And solid pass from Cunningham. He has a good understanding for when the defense has overcommitted.
To the paint. Vanderbilt to pass to Purdue. Back to Vanderbilt. Jackson on the wing. Here's MP. Right at the free throw line. Bounces high off the rim and drops. MP's got 11.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Smith outside. Thompson outside. There's the triple. Smith no good. And here are the Lakers. They're on an 18-7 run. Here's Jackson. And the ball out of play. The Pistons will have it. Holland, he's checked in for Detroit. And the Lakers also making a switch. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Fox. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first quarter. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Jackson, the pass to Purdue, down low. And he floats it in for the easy two. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
MP squeezing all that juice he can get out of that arm. What a night he's had.
There's Cunningham with a three. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Duran with a screen on MP. Cunningham finds Duran. First shot won't go.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Kicks it out to MP. The three is up. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
You can bet MP will make a lot of those over his career.
Just playing a key game.
Outside. That shot off the mark.
Look, I know he wanted to answer with a three of his own, but you gotta play smarter. Play your game, not theirs.
And so it's Los Angeles looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. And the three ball has been huge in building this lead. Back after this. And if you're just tuning in,
beep, beep.
Checked in for Thompson. Vanderbilt's checked in for Los Angeles. MP comes in for James.
LeBron James is retired. Luka Doncic switched teams. I just want the championship. I'm tired of all the. I mean, all these things are great, but I just want the championship right now.
We've got Chris Boucher.
We'll get back to all the record breaking stuff later.
Josh Okogie. Then there's Holland, and it's Scott in at the power forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons.
And they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage for them.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Raptors looked really strong. He scored 17 points, and it wasn't just a great offensive performance for him. He excelled defensively, too. His relentless approach has just worn teams out lately. He is winning the battle of wills. Brian?
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead.
I understand
Pass to Vanderbilt.
now why.
To the inside.
I understand now, like, why a heel in wrestling loves to be booed.
Oh, so competitive.
See, right now we're not at home.
This guy
and like when I shoot a 3 and they're like having a good run,
3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
The crowd will just shut down. I love it. I understand a little bit more, boy. I understand a little more now. But it's like, there's so many. Basketball is like it's like 1,000 games in one.
Fox outside from deep. MP Holland with a rebound. Pistons trail by 9. Goes up with the strike. Okogie's shot is off.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Right side, Alexander Walker. Vanderbilt, the pass to Purdue. Oh, look at MP doing his thing down there.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
Yeah, this game is cool. You know, I'm glad I'm not just doing game by game anymore. I will later, but right now I'm gonna like we need to step up. We need to go a little faster.
And the Pistons going with a whole new group out there. Jackson, he's checked in for the Lakers. Okoro comes in for Fox.
This stream is brought to you by Jesus. Then Kaleena.
Here's Cunningham. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
You got the same name.
His 8th rebound here tonight.
Really
the only difference is that you're Special K.
It seems to me.
And I am the Special K.
This win a little bit more.
Count it.
So nice to meet you.
Stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly, just an example of a
just keep it clean. Love Jesus. You know the drill. You're a big girl.
Can they get it? And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes.
So the reason my hair is so quicksilver is because my hair in real life is I'm a grizzled veteran. My hair in real life is gray.
And here's MP from outside.
It's white.
Oh, it's his 10th basket.
And then
12 tries. You got to appreciate the efficiency here.
And then
there's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. Cunningham passes to Durant. Now Thompson.
Well, okay, what I was going to say. But that's why my hair is like this. Oh, and then when you see a child with white hair, that's not white, that's blonde.
He's getting it done.
He just can't find a consistent way to score.
So you can never tell me again that kids got white hair, as they don't. That's blonde.
He's rebounded by Okoro.
I know what blonde is.
Lead by 14.
Matter of fact, biblically speaking, children cannot have gray or white hair. You can't do it.
It's MP picking up the assist.
Cannot.
Purdue's got 3 assists tonight.
So when I tell you to look at my hair and you tell me that bull crap, I'm gonna blurt at you. Don't even try it, yo. I've been saying that for years and no one has listened to me. And I continually have been confused about it.
Up by 16.
Just confused.
We'll be back for
confused.
Following the break.
Confused.
Right
confused. I'm like, dude, I know what I read and I know what I'm talking about, and nobody rolls with it. Something's wrong here. So I looked it up on the my telephone. I saw it for myself. And I said, wow, at first I looked at it, I said, that is gray and white. But then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. I look at this white boy, his hair. I've seen hair like this before. That's blonde hair. And as bright and as white as it looks, that is not white. That is not. I repeat that because I can prove it. Are black people's skin black?
Welcome back, everybody.
Exactly.
Happy New Year's to all of you as we continue our broadcast. Hey, you look at MP in this game. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys?
I rest my case.
Too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher.
I rest my
Line them up,
case.
be physical with them.
I can give you another one. Are white grapes white?
Kuro, Jackson out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then there's
For those who actually don't know the answer to that question, they're green.
And you played for several different coaches.
I rest
with
my
very
case.
different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, BA, I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run. And honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court like that. Getting it done from the in-between area, MP, just taking what the
Even on rookie, there's this difficulty if you don't know what you're
And
doing.
their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
For 3.
Grace. No,
Here's
no grace.
Vanderbilt. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Vanderbilt. And with All-Star Weekend approaching, let's see what's going on in the West. Looking at the Lakers, sitting pretty at this point of the season. Second place and looking to move to first.
I think for Los Angeles, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season, but now
Don't let anybody tell you Kalari never loses.
Ready for a deep playoff run.
They do have the pieces in place for a title
Because
run.
it's true, I don't.
Competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Thompson scanning the floor. Here's Duren. Vanderbilt pulls it in. Vanderbilt's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. And here's MP from outside. And Cunningham pulls it down.
That was not a good shot selection.
Pass to Duren.
Oh yeah, that's a.
Cunningham rises up.
That was a clean drive.
Energetic play from
You notice how no one's fouled anybody yet? 'Cause I fouled out last game.
MP outside.
Unless y'all want to get cute.
Gets the 3 ball to go. MP's got 5 points in the quarter.
This guy is simply having
6
a great
fouls.
game from
I said,
outside.
really?
And so it's Cunningham with it.
Y'all just violent.
Trailing by 17.
I said, dude, I'm gonna just. And I understand how the center button works now.
Here's Fox. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't learn that lesson. But no, if we get 2 fouls, I'm gonna definitely draw one myself. We're not even gonna build up this time.
Defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
Second half of play here. We're just under 2.5 minutes past. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Cunningham against Fox. Vanderbilt pulls it in.
I gave you first billing.
Vanderbilt's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Tonight.
Considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebound.
So make sure you say. So make sure when people do nice things for you, you say thank you.
Taking control on the glass.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Ali LaForce.
A new day. The Spurs' Victor Wembanyama said a few years back it was more of a guards game, but now it's come back to a big men's game. We've got guys all around the league who do a lot of stuff despite being very tall. It's the way the game changes. You just have to adapt. Brian, the gauntlet has been thrown.
And I like it.
Agreed.
Good stuff, Ali. Thank you. Over to the wing. Here's Christie. Duren. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. MP looking around. Pass to Vanderbilt. MP inside.
Yeah, free throws are so key in this league. It's good on MP figuring out how to get to the line.
Los Angeles shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Holland, he's checked in for Detroit. Sasser comes in for Cunningham. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Lakers. And now we've got an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
They set the screen. Smith outside. Pass to Duran.
So glad you see that.
Just 5 on the clock. Duran, the screen. Here's Holland. Second shot opportunity.
And how about the defense from Jackson Jr.? Doing just about whatever he can to make shooters uncomfortable.
To the middle. Here's Alexander Walker. And he slams it in one-handed.
I think we can say that shot is well within his range.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, and especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
Sasser outside. Pass to Holland. He tries for 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Vanderbilt's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Purdue passes to Vanderbilt. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist.
So I did that because what I'm trying to do is prevent them to just start racking up foul after foul after foul after foul. I'm getting tired of that mess.
Let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the
I'll draw one myself. I don't care.
Duran, the screen. Sasser sinks the tray.
I'm going to just push my teammates around.
Got the second bucket on the night.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Even if my teammates act up.
Screen. I mean,
that's my job to correct, not yours.
He lays there.
From deep, MP.
Great.
Counted from distance.
Putting on a shooting clinic from deep. He had that huge first half, and he's still rolling.
Pass to Christie. There's 42 seconds left in the third. On the take. Chalk up 2 there. Christie's got 9.
What a burst out of that first step. Straight to the hole.
MP up top. And he banks in the layup.
You know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard.
Don Carlos, thank you. I appreciate it. Your wonderful
Shot clock and
compliment.
game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
Taught me something new.
Rebound.
What?
From behind the arc. Shot's no good. Made 4. He's missed 4 now.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
And yep, it's good.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defense.
I was arguing with my mom, my dad. My mom looked at me. She said, you're the GOAT. I said, I'm the shepherd. I said, thank you, Mom. I'm the shepherd. I said, I'm the greatest of all timeless.
Pass to Smith.
I'm the greatest of all timeless.
Oh, he beats the buzzer.
What does that mean? That means forever.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management there.
An ideal way to end the quarter with momentum on your side.
And so it's MP making things happen for the Lakers. And so far, 9 triples in this one. Just pulling the trigger with absolute confidence.
You're going to get that through the hard way.
Back in a moment. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a... check in for Los Angeles.
The greatest sports athlete in history. The Special K, 98. So we got Special K. I've seen Special K on football fields, Special K on the radio. Now I see a Special K on the basketball court.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Smith finds Cunningham.
Sure, there's others.
Now here's Thompson.
And then you have the Special K.
The open shot, Cunningham. And again, no good by Detroit.
Could only be one.
MP will bring it up for the Lakers. Looking ahead, they've got the Cavaliers coming to town for their next one. And that's a one-game homestand for the club. Smith out there with Jalen Duran. Then there's Kate Cunningham. Then it's Thompson. And it's Christie in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. To the inside. And Edwards with the basket on the assist by MP. Edwards got 7 points for the quarter. And an important part of every team's game.
Yeah,
look at the hustle
Special
stats
K.
for Los Angeles.
Their defense has been on point all game long. They're out hustling the shooters.
Our job is to
plenty of shots.
And I love
do
the fact
God's
they
work.
kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
Here's Cunningham. Cunningham can't get that one to fall.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
So that means, you know, there's Jesus.
Good. Another from three.
Yeah, Jesus. There was
triple of the game.
so today there's people named Jesus, which spells Jesus. You know what I mean?
Smith outside.
So Jesus the Christ
And down it goes.
has people,
Dumped it through off a beautiful setup.
He knew exactly
before he
where
came
his
on
man
earth,
was going to be.
named
Outstanding
Jesus.
lead pass.
and then after he died, there's still people named Jesus.
Back to MP. Fires the three. And Los Angeles another three.
You have to be ready to take your shots when they come. And MP was ready this time.
So,
Smith outside.
Kaleena,
Pass to Thompson.
let's say if I die first,
He shoots a
you
three.
will be the Special K.
The Lakers with a rebound. Edwards got 6 rebounds now.
You
in the
can
game.
have it when I'm dead.
James outside. Now MP fires the three. Another one falls. Amazing.
Dominating offensively once again. He's making a habit of this.
He's now tied for 5th most 50-point games in a season. That puts him in some rare company.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with
You know who
purpose
has the
and just
first and
overwhelmed
50-point
the
seasons in this
opposition.
game?
A great win for the Lakers.
I do.
And it
Thank
was
you.
a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, BA, it was almost like watching
One
a cat
male, one
play with the
female.
mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And you look at their record after tonight, 30 wins
Then
on
it says
the year.
no.
And with this one all but in the record books,
No.
they set
You
the
can
tone in the first
just
of what
you
will be
can
only
you're the
two
Special
meetings
K.
between
You
these
got it.
teams.
Oh,
It
thank
sure
you.
is. It's just the two gamers since they're in opposite conferences, and
No.
you can bet they'll take the same
It's only
approach
one.
right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands
I'm
out
joking.
is
I'm
what
joking.
an
For real
unbelievable
though,
night
it's
been
like
for MP.
And, you know, there was no stopping him tonight.
I
Whenever
didn't
he got
know.
the ball, he was
You know what I
looking to
mean? I'm
score,
just-
and rightly so.
minding my own business, and like this girl named Special
Good on the
K
second one.
Not
who
nearly
apparently
as productive
is
trip to the
a
line as
basketball
he'd
player,
like. They need
and
all
she's
their
number
free throws to go
one.
down at this point.
and she's got like this cross on her. Her team's got
MP.
like crosses on her arms and stuff.
Fontecchio outside. Pass to MP. The shot won't fall.
I'm like,
Detroit has
wow.
gone just 1 of 6 from
I didn't
downtown
know.
in this final quarter.
So I have watched and
Cunningham passes to Thompson. Hey, from beyond the arc.
seen your father,
Holmes
and
pulls it down.
seen some of your
Now Los
games.
Angeles with it. Fontecchio outside.
Learned that Ontario can be in
Back to
California.
MP. Lets a
I
three
said, oh.
fly. Good. He hits again. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
It's different.
Pass to Christie.
So Kaleena, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, do you know who I am?
There's the drive. Soft touch off
I'm
the
sure.
glass.
I honestly, I will assume that you do.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. Fontecchio with the ball. And here's MP from outside. Duran with the rebound.
Guys, I will assume that you do, so I won't have to rattle down, the same old.
Cunningham with the ball. So we see the Lakers
Mwah.
taking the W here. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that.
Yeah!
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant...
Guess they're called the ring around the rosy. I think a pocket full of posy. You know what I'm saying? All right, so the ring around the rosy. That was like, there was a disease back in the day. That's where that song came from. Ring. Yeah.
Okay then. That's how we stand on business.
Yeah, I'm just playing the key games. Tired. I won a couple of championships, and then I want to get back to, setting all those records and all that fun stuff again. What's that called? The All-Star games and all that good stuff. See, look, Lewis, I lose too. See? I mean, I'm not that old, but it's just life. It gets to you.
Woo! I think it's time to do some laundry. That outfit smells foul.
Shut up, jerk.
Take me to the dark side, baby. Stuck inside a daydream lately. Hold me on the dark side, hold me on the dark side, only on the dark side, baby. We could take a night drive, maybe.
All right. Remember this? All right. That's some television.
You'll be on pole, my son. Very good chance of that. Some fast cars out there. It's very close. But yes, calm heads, calm hands, calm feet. A Formula One car, you're such an integral part of it. It knows if you're a little bit tense, if you hold the wheel a little bit too tightly, if you're a little bit jumpy on the brake pedal or the throttle pedal. You've really got to just let your natural talents flow. Let the car
I'll be right
do
back.
its job. They know this track. They know.
I'll be right back. Hold on, because I know what's gonna happen. And let me take care of this now, so I won't make a fool of myself. Been done this in a while, so I don't know where it is. We have system, power saving, turn off. Booyah! Speaking of booyah, frickin' SmackDown was great last night. That was awesome.
Into the cockpit, it gets very hot.
I see you, Lewis. I see you.
You share that space with a lot of electrical units. You're sitting on the fuel tank. You've got an engine behind you. Brakes on each corner over 1,000 C when they're working hard into a corner. Radiators alongside you. They don't really want any air to go through the cockpit if they can help it. That creates drag. The drivers then in 3 layers of fireproof clothing, gloves, boots, balaclava, crash helmet. It gets hot inside there. And that's why they try to give the drivers the best chance they can before they head out.
There's a minute to go before the green light. I dare say each and every one of the top 3 in the championship just want to get on with this. There's been a lot of talking. There's been a lot of build-up. They're all trying to say it's just another race. They're trying to say that we're relaxed and we're calm. You know, Oscar Piastri, Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, inside out. Do you believe for a minute they're relaxed and calm about tonight?
I think Max might be, he said when he won his first World Championship here in Abu Dhabi 2021, which I'm sure many people will remember, he said, that's it, I've achieved my life goal, I'm going to be a Formula World Champion, everything else is a bonus. And that's been his mantra ever since then, actually, and he said it again this weekend a couple of times. So he knows what's coming next, he knows how to handle this better than Lando and Oscar, because he's got experience at it. But you know what? Lando and Oscar, they've been racing drivers the vast majority of their lives. This is what they're prepared for. And they're prepared mentally as well as physically. And of course, they've got the talent anyway.
26 years old.
I've made a lot of claims.
24 years old, Oscar.
The truth is, in the end, I don't know.
Max Verstappen, he's been
I said it was wrapped up. I don't know.
To become champion and often
Things change so fast. When it changes, it just changes.
The hardest one ever to cross. It's like nailing that final double in the sport of darts. There's a double top up for grabs.
Grizzled veteran over here.
This pole is going to be important.
Lewis Hamilton.
You can say that again. Yes, welcome from the pit lane where I've got all the sights, the sounds and the smells, Crofty. I can smell petrol, I can smell brakes overheating, I can smell rubber, and I can smell fear down here as well in some of the championship challenging garages. Actually, with the sights I can see is Lewis Hamilton needing to shake down his car on the medium tyre. You can see it there with the yellow sidewalls on it. That's just to shake it down. Him to get a feel, so I expect him to complete this lap or even maybe come in at the end.
All right, Lewis, man, just keep the dang thing in one piece. That's all we want to do.
Soft tyre, but he'll be going well to get out of Q1, as will Yuki Tsunoda for the reasons we've given you, and the Alpines, and actually the Racing Bulls that haven't been so quick so far in this weekend. But, as you say, will it be the smell of fear for the McLarens? But as for Max Verstappen, he doesn't even know what fear smells like, does he? Comfortable ground here.
I mean, it stinks. Fear stinks. It doesn't smell good.
So that means he goes out this evening. He's got 5 new sets of soft compound tyres. And we passed out last weekend. They rather wasted them because he didn't get through Q1. And a lot of brand new tyres sitting back in the garage, which didn't make a lot of sense. But the other front runners have got 4 new sets, for example. So Lewis hopefully can use those soft compound tyres to great effect.
Lewis, the first
7 career championship titles.
Knocked out in Q1 of consecutive races. He's not going to dive into the pit lane. He's going for a lap here. Out in Q1 here last year, he hit a bollard, didn't he? Collected one in Las Vegas in Q1 too. So he is going for a lap on the Q1 tyres. He crashed at turn 9 in qualifying. He's got an extra set of soft tyres should they need to throw more at him to get him into Q2 or hopefully in the Q3 as well. Let's see him on his way. First sector 17.2. On the soft tyres, it was like a 17.0 for the leading runners in that final practice session. Already Stroll going a tenth faster than Hamilton throughout that first sector, and he's the car on the back straight alongside Lewis, or just behind Lewis at the moment. Into the chicane we go. Turn 6 and 7. It always looks just a little bit clunky, but that was a nice line coming out of there. And this, Martin, was the approach to where Lewis crashed, and he got way over onto the right-hand curve. I dare say he's going to leave a bit more of a margin this time, and he does.
Yeah, and the curve rock sounded a bit clunky coming down from the bottom of the car, grounded out as well, which helped send him off the road. This is super fast part into turn 12.
I'm live this time with y'all.
90 right.
Hope y'all are
as well, which is very frustrating.
all right.
But turn 15, absolutely flat.
Thank God for my children.
Scratching along the racetrack. It's a very short run to the line. Very
Giving
easy
me
to
what
go
you know I
wide
love.
to the exit. 24 flat on mediums, not too bad. But you need to be deep into the 120s this evening.
Already Lance Stroll into the 123s with his first
God
one.
bless
Franco
you.
Colapinto is the only driver in the field tonight who hasn't reached Q3 this season.
I want more though.
Lap time deleted.
Not just more, but I want different things more.
He's got to try again. Is Nico Hulkenberg proving what Martin was saying?
The things I see that I want.
123s here goes faster, and his teammate Gabriel
believing.
Bortoletto follows him over the line in second place. It's 12
Knowing and doing whatever I need to do. Whatever. I think that's one of the hardest things to do, to believe, because you don't have a I don't know.
Yeah, he'll be back out on the soft tyres without any doubt. This is Franco Colapinto into turn 1 in the Alpine. That's how and why he made his move over the white line. We can see it off board. Great camera angle there, and a clear slam dunk for the man who's only spent 32 laps out of the 992 he's raced this season in the points. Still to score a point. Look fairly wide. Coming out of the final turn for Lance Stroll.
Didn't be surprised if he keeps that one, but we're looking at the blue line on the very far side of
basketball F1.
A fatter white line from what I think. the track limits issues gone away to an extent, and indeed, surprisingly, Lance Stroll's 123.
Yeah, that's why the cars are so big, because it's originally designed was for safety. Now that you understand safety more, we can smaller the cars a little bit. I saw a video where his father and son freaking standing next to an F1 car. It looked like a little toy. I said, that's not real. That's not the real size. I said, that thing is so small. The Llama Rocks are joint. I said, what? I wonder why people died. Come on, get. I'm getting my get back. Thank God.
Early on the throttle, absolutely no sign of the car moving around, just sweeping through it. And now it's all technical. These are the next two corners where the track falls away from you a little bit, and you just got nowhere near as much grip as you think you should have. Now it comes together, but the last corner nips on the exit. That's what catches people out. And Max there inside the white line that planted a low 23.3. Again, I think he'll have hoped that was a touch faster.
Couple of hundredths of a second off the fastest time in Q1 last year, which was Charles Leclerc for Ferrari. Max's teammate Yuki Tsunoda, fourth fastest, was third fastest before.
So I play the key games. All I got is 6 key games, and that's it. I don't have to play. I don't have to play like 40 games. I'm like, oh God. What am I trying to prove here? We'll get back to all that record stuff later. I got some. I want to get off of I want to get my own plane again. That's the truth.
Lewis is, and his tyres. He's changed to the soft now, according to our tyre graphic. But can they get a couple of laps out of the mediums? I wonder. Alonso goes second fastest for Aston Martin. Here comes Lando Norris round the final corner, 10th off. Third fastest. We're looking
now, who's going to win? Now, I'm rooting for Lando, but if Verstappen wins, that's cool. If he actually wins, that's cool. But if Norris or he actually loses championship, it's because, you know,
123.2 for Ollie Behrman finding pace there, leading
just wrong choices. Bad decisions. And fatigue.
Since they were last out, they'll have to recondition the track, but you know what? This looks even closer than we thought it could be.
There is not much between them, less than 2 tenths separating the top 5. There's Oscar Piastri, who goes second fastest to Ollie Behrman by 1/1000th of a second. So less than 2 tenths separating the top 6 now, as Kimi Antonelli only 8th fastest in his Mercedes, and out in Q1 in Vegas, eventually finished third in the Grand Prix, of course.
Las Vegas.
Now here's George Russell, his teammate, and he goes fastest. There is 8/1000ths of a second between the top 3.
Wow. And Behrman then to look quick all the way through, hasn't he?
Yo.
Even on the radio saying, my car feels amazing.
Those F1 cars in GT7.
Which is not you hear that from
Multi-pen.
Gasly loses his lap time, sadly for him.
Oh, thank you.
Well, this is
thank you,
so close.
Casimir. Thank you, thank you, Jesus. The whole package. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. You want the 8? Want the 10, 12, 6? Pick. What do you want? I said, Then we got this track. Yes, Marina, and then you got Canada.
I'm a bit surprised they sent him out after St. Louis.
Yes. 3.
Well, it's left him down.
Thank you, Jesus.
And really, I didn't see the point because the mediums weren't fast enough.
They weren't fast enough, but at least he's had a sighter on the track. And
He had to warm up. That's why.
This evening, there's not plenty of time. They need, if they stay calm. Colin Pinto lost his lap time as well.
and that's why he goes to the bottom. That's 2 for Franco Colapinto that he's had deleted. Both at
The thing about F1 is like we make final statements before it's
Hello,
like
Crofty. I just wanted to quickly
time.
come in with a bit of a compare across some of those drivers that you've been talking about. Lando Norris makes a mistake into turn 1. He brakes a little bit too late and then is very, very low speed in turn 1 compared to the others. So he loses 2 tenths in turn 1 alone. So if he can tidy that up, that moves him up the order. Oscar Piastri had a little toe down to turn 6, and that allowed him to gain some speed and gain some time compared to the others through that little section. So all of them will be damage looking at those little things, but I think for Lando Norris, it's just turn 1. For the others, it's a little bit of traffic here and there.
Thanks, Bernie. If there's any neutrals, they might want to stop the clock.
That's all
now,
I got to say about
Piastri
that.
3rd,
Dirty.
Verstappen 4th, Norris 7th.
There should have been nothing in his contract that
wouldn't it ever? Yeah. So
that should would send him away. Nothing. It's about he could get 20th place 80 times in a row and still be in the business. That's straight like that. Now poor Isaac's gonna have to pray to God that he doesn't get booted.
That's Gasly with his track limits.
Dirty.
Clearly over.
I don't know, man.
Why that's important on the exit
No, there was a pistol, but he didn't deserve that. Excuse me. I'm not mad at Liam. I'm mad at the business and women. They're tripping.
Traffic for Lawson. Right, honestly, does he even look at his mirrors?
Yeah, there was a break.
And some dialogue just to emphasise the point that there were some cars in the way there. Liam Lawson ending up 8th fastest after those initial runs. 10th, down to you.
Just picking up on the Alpines, I think you're looking at the Colapinto, who's had both his times deleted on 2
a lot
new
of
sets
F1
of
cars
tyres.
to choose from in different games, so it's a lot of fun. Got the 2019, 2022 through 20.
Which will be
24.
As the salvage just comes in, as we've got this.
We got the Gran Turismo.
So, yeah, I mean, the
You even got the
really,
I think it's called Project Cars too.
But it doesn't help when you get both your lap times deleted. Gasly with just the 1, and just to pick up on Esteban Ocon as well, he'll be doing particularly well out if he gets out of his queue.
The clerk always comes out of nowhere and like out into
this weekend. Doesn't know where it's gone, especially in relation to his
co-workers.
Ollie Bearman. So really suffering in the other hands.
Freaking.
This is 5th anniversary, Esteban Ocon, this evening of his maiden F1 podium, which of course he got the Sakir Grand Prix back in 2020, his 180th Grand Prix start as well. And a man who missed Abu Dhabi last year had this race off because he wanted to do the young driver test, the end of season test with Alpine. So with Hans, I should say. So Alpine released him from his contract earlier, Jack Doohan, and came in instead. Right, here we go. Carlos Sainz says thank you very much, Kimmy. I'll just push in there. Liam Lawson just has to wait a bit behind Yuki Tsunoda. And the cut-off time, the 1:23.3 is a projected cut-off time to make it through into Q2. And if that is absolutely right, only Russell, Bearman and Piastri are safe at the moment. And of those 3, 2 of them have already come out onto the track.
Yeah, it does say plus or minus 0.2 of a second, doesn't it, for a variance there, but in any event, there's some drivers need to deliver a better lap time. Charles Leclerc, absolutely one of them. For Ferrari, and I think including also the likes of Kimi Antonelli for Mercedes and Lando Norris for McLaren, and I wasn't expecting to have to say that, given how he's been going so far this weekend.
You look better when you smile.
Has a fairly decent run and a very good run, really. The longest streak on the grid without a Q1 elimination. You go all the way back to Spain.
We're gonna finish up Alan Lake. I gotta prepare my brain for that.
Charles Leclerc got knocked out in Q1. He's got some work to make up, but
11 seasons
been
in
out on the
F1.
soft compound.
And then I was thinking, who's going to be their next golden child at Red Bull? Who are they going to try to make like the super champion?
Time on the board in the case of Franco Colapinto. 2 laps, 2 track limits violations, and he really has got to make this one count.
This is bad news for Lando Norris, a championship leader. This means he's used another. Now it's the 2nd set of new tyres.
I assume
Oscar Piastri 2.
Oh, really? So McLaren keeping it absolutely equal. I was going to say his Piastri out there on a set of used, but with this set of used soft tyres, heels will return that you want into turn 5.
Come on, Lando, don't get in your own head this time. Come on. Come on, get on your nerves. That'll get you right. Just drive the damn car. You know how to drive the ish.
So important not to get off the brakes before you turn the wheel, get into the corner, over the spin.
There you go, nice and smooth.
Right-hander. Minimise the meters, maybe try and steal a bit of slipstream now. The car's going too slowly. Tsunoda, sink it in at the best.
No snippity snap, no snip snap.
Upshifting before the apex.
No, wait, you don't even have to get pole. Damn the pole.
Right-hand kicked before this smacks you right in the face at turn 12. That was nice. That was really nice.
Onwards he goes there. A much better start to the lap.
Grace, there you go. It's all right. It's all right.
Made the slight mistake on the previous lap at turn 1, not on this occasion.
Nice and smooth, baby. Nice and smooth.
He goes.
Let it work for you.
Improved to go faster.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. See if we can keep that. See what Piastri can do. And Verstappen.
That's still round about P8 again as Piastri now crosses the line.
Number one. Like a pretty big number one too.
This weekend, he has put a big distance in terms of a lap time by his teammate by half a second. Oscar Piastri goes fastest. Albon only 7th fastest as he crosses the line.
That's a massive lap from Piastri. Wow. What a statement that is, because we were on board, we were lit with Lando all the way around. Looked like a lovely lap. Turn 5, bit too missing the apex, but wow. And again then we've got a Williams is fast now. Look at that, straight in there. And we've got Antonelli also about to cross the line and go better as well. He goes second.
He was like, you should have changed your clothes.
That's funny. Norris time could see him start to tumble down a bit. Festive period is coming, lots of online shopping. Could this be the best delivery at the moment from Oscar Piastri? What a time to do it. Across the line goes George Russell.
Yeah, watch Leclerc. He was coming out of nowhere.
That right, Verstappen once again taking a wide line, but he was on the line, goes second fastest. Charles Leclerc, remember, trying to get out of bottom 5 on the soft tyre this time round. Nice P4 for him with a 1:23.1. Now on board with Yuki Tsunoda, who hasn't got me on Q1 at the last 3 Grand Prix. And he's put himself 10th fastest overall, with others improving their lap times behind him. Pierre Gasly is currently in the bottom 5. Gasly making his way now round through the hotel section as Lawson goes 9th fastest. And now just a couple of corners to go for a man who's been in Q3 on 10 occasions in 2025 for a team that are last in the championship, and he's just the right side of the elimination zone, but only just the right side. Stroll next across the line, goes 10th fastest. Man, he's had more Q1 knockouts than any other driver this season. He could be safe for that.
Hamilton is on another lap, but he's down to 13th already. And once again, so close in the middle as Alonso makes it the second Aston Martin in what is now the top 11.
Racing, of course, for the new team.
That's a P1. That's a Q1.
Title, and the Silverstone-based team who have scored points in 13 of the 14 last 14 Grand Prix here. Right, Esteban Ocon, Franco Colapinto, Gabriel Bortoletto, Nico Hulkenberg all need to improve. Gasly is out of qualifying. Ocon goes through, pushes Alex Albon out of qualifying. Next across the line will be Lewis Hamilton, and only just the right side of the line for Lewis Hamilton as he tries to avoid 3 consecutive Q1 knockouts. Hulkenberg and Bortoletto make it 3 consecutive Q1 knockouts as Bortoletto goes 14th. Hulkenberg stays in that bottom 5.
You got to remember something. There's nobody's mentioned this. Lewis Hamilton's driving a car that Carlos Sainz did not upgrade at all last year. So everyone got a chance to keep running ahead, and he couldn't. So the next year, you just got to start from scratch.
Cost him dearly.
See what you can do.
Would have put him up in 7th place. So cue some crestfallen radio and interviews again from Lewis Hamilton. That is not what he expected this evening.
Oh dear. Where do you go? Away from Formula 1 for a few weeks and Well, just reinvigorate yourself and regather yourself and come back next year in a different place. And that, I think, is the hope for Lewis Hamilton, who is out in the first part of qualifying. And alongside him, Alex Albon for Williams.
That's up P16, I'm afraid. Yeah, you tired me. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault.
Every time, mate. I'm so sorry.
It's really not your fault. I was saying, I've driven crap before. Man, I can't do nothing with this.
And the two Alpines once again.
Apologizing for apologizing. Well, you apologize. You can't drive anymore, Lewis. Is that what it is? No, that's not what it is, dude. It's just the car has not been upgraded. Remember? No upgrades. So my teammate Fox, he's new. He was like, I noticed he was like trying to take over. I noticed this takeover. I'm like, dude, this is just a game. Of course, it's not real life. Freaking, he's like leading the show. I'm trying to get the ball. He won't pass the ball. He won't pass the ball to nobody. I'm like, what the? So, that's not how it even began, though, because, you know, people kept fouling him. So I got mad and I started, I fouled somebody 3 times, the other team 3 times. Then when it was time, for some love, I was like, yo, hit me. He just ignored me and all that crap. I was just like, dude, that's my repayment, huh? So the rest of the game, he didn't get the ball. I didn't pass it to him. I made sure my teammates didn't pass it to him. If we were on the other side of the court, like you're gonna hit me right now. Then at the end of the quarter, he lobbed it from like the other side of the court and missed. That's what I bet. I didn't see him for the rest of the game. So the next game is like, all right, whatever. We had our little differences. Now it's like, let me see if I can learn you a little better. And now it's like, and then he started to pass the ball on command. I was like, okay, thank you, because there is an eye in team. You just can't see it. And the eye in the team, because you need a leader. You can't not have a leader. And if you don't, you will lose. If you don't believe me, try it. Try it yourself. You'll see. And you have to have a leader who can make the right decisions. So later it came to a point where it's like, I'm getting called out. They ain't calling you out, dude. And then because you're not the leader. And then on that note, the next game is like, all right, well, it was good, and then it's like he's really good. So it's like when I just need to pass on the ball, he can just take care of a lot of the work. Unless he's being like teamed by blocked by 5 people, you just got to pass the ball at that point. But he's just a fast, nimble little thing. So I was like, wow.
Sector 3 then. So turn 9, a little bit tentative, bit of understeer mid-corner actually. So therefore picks up the throttle a little bit too late. Then you come into turn 12, and again a moment in time. That's not the ideal line to be on. It compromises turn 13, and then in 14 has a little bit of a snap of oversteer actually mid-corner. Again, really not ideal. The final corner, he doesn't trust the car at this stage from what it's been doing earlier on to him, and I actually feel like he doesn't carry the speed in turn 16. So just one of those laps for Lewis where it doesn't feel like he's anticipating the peak grip of the tyre that well, and also a lot of understeer as well creeping in. Just a terrible sector 3 for him. That's where it went wrong.
Thanks ever so much, Ants. Good timing. The green light is on now at the end of the pit lane. Resets, or how much do you remember if you're Verstappen, Piastri and Norris from the previous session?
Well, a racetrack's a living thing. Racing slick tyres are voodoo at the best of times. So you go up, see what the grip feels like, and you're reactive. You kind of live on your wits.
It can't be all about the tires.
You feel
You know
that
what I
grip
mean?
through your backside, through your hands.
You know that.
And just the lateral forces going on in your body. You know, it's balance. That's the word you'll hear all weekend. Anywhere in the world, any formula, balance. I want the front and the rear to slide in equal amounts, because if you're on the limit through a corner, you're sliding.
So here he comes then, Max Verstappen.
Tires, yeah, but it can't be all about the tires.
Possibly
You know what I
can.
mean?
He's got the track all to himself.
Yeah, he's on used tyres, and the McLarens are going to have to come out on used tyres, and they want to keep themselves a decent haul for Q3. And what's interesting here, isn't it, is Alonso Antonelli right in there as well, and sort of getting in the mix. That could, as we said earlier on, very much spoil somebody's evening.
Very much so. Ted, let's head down to you.
What, like Lando Norris? Spoil his evening. Just to get through, doesn't he, into Q3 and then somewhere near the top three. And yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Talking about the McLarens and that mega lap you're talking from Oscar Piastri, Bernie Collins has been crunching the numbers and looking at the data, and it looks like what we saw in the pit lane, that Oscar Piastri is running a very slightly thinner rear wing. Seems to be supported on the telemetry data across the GPS. He's quicker, Piastri's quicker than Norris on all the straights, and then is managing to keep it together brilliantly in the corners to get that lap together. So Max Verstappen started it by going down on rear downforce this morning, and then it looks like the McLarens have followed, but Lando with a smidge more rear wing angle.
Struggled with overtaking Qatar last weekend, didn't he? Lando when he got behind Kimi Antonelli. The back of this Red Bull, absolutely on the ground at speed. It's amazing how they keep the plank wear intact in the Grand Prix, isn't it? When they stick 100+ kilos of fuel in it, you can hear it. Listen, scuffing along the ground as the aerodynamics compress the car, suspension compress the tyre sidewalls, and the car runs along the ground. That's where you get peak downforce as well.
So the graphic as well, Oscar Piastri picking up over 2/10 in slow corners to Lando Norris as well. They might have taken a bit off the rear wing, not hurting him at all through those slow corners.
It looks like tense driving from Lando, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To be half second adrift.
Something Nico Rosberg was talking about. Verstappen crosses the line into the 122s with him, a 122.9 on the used tyres, and half a tenth adrift of his best time on the new tyres in Q1.
It's interesting to see Max there still hustling. Normally they back right off, don't they? But he wants to keep trying that out on those used tyres and see what he can find, see what he can learn, because he knows that it's about hundredths this evening, not tenths.
Absolutely. But Nico Rosberg, if you heard him, Martin, in FP3, talking about the fear, you know, of being the championship leader, 12 points ahead, coming into the final round and driving with fear all the time. And you wonder, would that be, you know, easy to imagine Lando Norris, you know, suffering something like that tonight?
Possibly a little bit tight in the car, as we were talking about earlier on, or maybe just a couple of scruffy laps. Let's see what he's got when he hooks a lap up.
So this man's hooked a lap up, or several, towards the end of the season. Only been out-qualified by his teammate Esteban Ocon once in the last 8 races, and that was in Las Vegas. And he's finishing with an absolute flourish. His rookie season, Ollie Behrman, had that DNF in Qatar, ended a 5-race scoring streak, which is the longest point-scoring streak ever by a Haas driver. He featured his best result in his career, that 4th in Mexico City. Has outscored his teammate, has out-qualified his teammate. I'm sure we'll sit down to Christmas lunch thinking this ain't been a bad year, really.
It's been a cracking year, and Ferrari must be eyeing him up to put in a seat when they have one available. Ollie Behrman looking the real deal. Still makes mistakes because he's young, but you know, you can fix that. You can't fix it if the driver's not fast enough, and he appears to be fast enough.
That is very true. Kimi Antonelli, his former F2 teammate, has also finished with a flourish this year and has put a 16.9 for the first sector. Russell, his teammate, has done the same thing. Carlos Sainz has done the same thing as well. And Carlos Sainz with multiple podiums this season for Williams. The first Williams driver to get multiple podiums in a year since 2015. Behrman goes third behind his teammate Esteban Ocon by about 0.3. He'll need to improve on that for sure.
Behrman's got some more speed through the final corner if he wants. He was very safe through the terms of track limit, so he knows he can stretch that one a little bit more. Let's see what the Williams can do.
Carlos Sainz around that final turn he comes, crosses the line, goes second fastest, qualified third on the grid here. His best ever qualifying at Yas last season. Antonelli goes fourth fastest. Now we pick up Isaac Hadjar, the best qualifier outside the big four teams this season, and he goes fourth overall, 4/10 down on Max Verstappen. Will be next across the line.
If I can get this dish, I want it.
Middle sector goes quickest of all.
And that, I believe, is on that's on news tyres, isn't it? That one.
Told you, man. The clerk always comes out of nowhere.
Then looking fast in the hands of both their drivers.
And here's Lance Stroll. With a time, a third fastest for him, ahead then of Charles Leclerc, only P6 for Charles Leclerc. Just under 4/10 down, just over 4/10 down, Lance Stroll. And his teammate Fernando Alonso goes third fastest. This is an impressive showing here from both Aston Martin drivers, to the surprise, I'm sure, of quite a few.
Yeah, so what have we got then from Norris and Piastri time-wise? They're right down at the moment for D50. And at the moment, Piastri is Norris is 3/10 up on this lap. Used tyres, of course.
And the Sauber of Bortoletto goes P4. I think there's a big difference here between used and new tyres out there. As Piastri goes third fastest, final sector was very good for him. The final sector has been very good for Lando Norris in the practice sessions so far this weekend. We've got a camera on board with Max Verstappen. We're watching Norris go over the lines. He goes second fastest there, at just 0.07 of a second behind George Russell once again, and ahead of his teammate Oscar Piastri is re-ride on board with Max Verstappen. Now he should pick up a little slipstream here, down that back straight, behind Fernando Alonso of all people.
It's a lovely slipstream, and then Fernando gets out of his way conveniently. So top four at the moment, all on used tyres. If they can get through this on used, they would be extremely happy, because they give them 2 new sets for Q3.
Into the right-hander and now the hotel section. Max Verstappen is crowds all around trying to get the best view of the Red Bull as it flies past. 2 more corners to go on this lap. So looking at a pretty handy lap here for the 4-time world champion, who crosses the line 22/100ths of a second behind George Russell. So all to play for here,
so it's starting to look
top 3 separated by less than a 10.
more competitive now.
With Oscar Piastri just under 3/10 down on George Russell. I dare say they're all going to want to go out there on a new set of tyres to go and do their final runs in this Q2 session. Assuming, of course, that a 1:23.0 means you do have to go out again, because that's Piastri's time. This is Charles Leclerc. Only P10 for Charles Leclerc. How wide did he go? Sliding, but well within the line. The Ferrari driver started P10 for the last Grand Prix in Qatar, started P9 on the grid in Las Vegas.
Yeah, actually checking the out again. New tyres for George Russell, actually, and
you get my TV controller.
Yeah, but anyway, he's fast. But they're not just looking at each other.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Contenders. They're looking
I
over
don't
their
feel like
shoulders
making
as
jokes
well,
right now. This wouldn't be funny.
Just been called to the weighbridge.
So,
which is a random weighbridge, the FIA.
Because Nigel Mansell run over the foot of the man with the flag, telling us whether we have to go to the weighbridge or not. And
Nigel.
disqualified. despite Charlie White's team, bless him, coming with me to explain exactly why I missed the Weybridge, but hey ho, I went home.
Seems pretty unfair, that one, but I'm glad to say Oscar got Wade 10 grams. He's back in the garage now, and there doesn't seem to be anyone getting run over while they were holding a flag.
No, good. Thank heavens for that. But he's going to have to find some speed, as is everybody else underneath him. They're saying about the cut-off time being 1:23.2. That's obviously what it is at the moment with Charles Leclerc. So I put it down a bit further, a couple of tenths further than that, sharper than that. Maybe a 1:23.1, 1:23 flat. But with Bortoletto and Alonso the same time as Piastri in the McLaren, that is impressive. Both in terms of track evolution and those laps from Alonso and Bortoletto. Right, we've got the usual, everybody waits, and then everybody takes the pit lane at the same time. Just about manages not to crash into each other, thankfully. And now they're all lining up to try and build themselves a gap in the pit lane.
Thank you very much, Ted.
This is going to be tense. 15 cars still.
The only thing that would make it, you know, Formula One just a little different is if one thing I would like to see is the cars have their own pit boxes. They don't have to double stack.
They're very nervous looking at the likes of Alonso and Co. and the two Mercedes as to whether they can get in. I mean, the trouble is, if you don't qualify in the first row or two, at least row two, and you're in the danger zone on that first lap. If you're third or fourth row, you're so much in the danger zone through turn one and at the end of the back straight.
As I said at the start, Martin, 10 races, 10 pole positions, 10 wins from pole in a row here in Yas Marina. That equals Barcelona from 2001 to 2010 for the most consecutive races won from pole at a single circuit. But the front row drivers have finished 1-2 in that time in 7 of the last 10 Grand Prix here. And the 1, 2, 3 on the grid have finished in that order in 4 of the last 9 Grand Prix here as well.
Yeah. The grid's important. It's odd when you think about it, isn't it? When you look at how long the straights are here and 16 corners, but that's the way it pans out.
So if you're just joining us, 5 drivers out, Colapinto and Gasly, Hulkenberg, Albon and Lewis Hamilton, who starts P16 for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, finished 4th from 16th on the grid here last year. Ends this season his longest career run of Q1 eliminations. His teammate Charles Leclerc pushing hard, but look how the Ferrari did not want to respond at turn 1.
No, he had to get on the throttle to bring the car in, and it just stepped out a little bit and smoking as he went down the hill there. And Leclerc then is not a personal best. First sector, no surprise there, given he had to sort out the exit of turn 1. And now he's going to have to. The trouble is, you try too hard then for the rest of the lap if you're not careful.
Bernie Collins down on the pit wall saying that George Russell looks like he's come out on used tyres. He, at plus or minus 2 tenths, he's still the right side of it for a cut-off time with a 1:22.7. So they're saving their tyres for a couple of new sets and for Q3, which they think he should be safely through. Charles Leclerc is not picking up the pace that he needs here as Carlos Sainz goes fastest overall in the first sector. Yuki Tsunoda with a really excellent middle sector for Red Bull. Hasn't been in Q3 since Azerbaijan 7 races ago, but he's looking a good bet for here as Leclerc absolutely swings the car through turn 14, the left-hander, onwards now to the last couple of corners. How high up the order can he get with this? He goes 4th fastest with a 1:22.9.
Yeah,
see where he finishes up as Yuki Tsunoda will be crossing the line next and goes P6. Lost a little bit of time to return in that final sector. On board now with George Russell. Kimi Antonelli goes 8th fastest overall.
That's difficult for Antonelli. Oh, that was close against the wall as well, wasn't it? For Sainz, Antonelli at risk there.
He is. Bortoletto goes 4th fastest. Another storming lap from him. Norris keeps out of the way of Sainz, who crosses the line and goes 9th, and Lando Norris now starts his final flying lap here, and he currently finds himself 3rd fastest. We're on board with Isaac Hadjar in the elimination zone. His teammate Liam Lawson is currently 10th, their last race as teammates. Isaac Hadjar could knock Liam Lawson out of the top 10, and he does. Goes 6th fastest overall.
And Antonelli out as well then. He's not going to get another quick lap in.
Carlos Sainz is also out. Esteban Ocon puts his Haas into the top 8. So you've got Stroll and Behrman still to come. Here's Fernando Alonso. He's still pushing on his lap too. Norris shouldn't push too hard on this lap. Doesn't really need to. And Piastri should be okay as Fernando Alonso goes 4th fastest. Right. Piastri now 8th, but there's only 2 on a flying lap. Stroll and Behrman. Behrman doesn't make it. He's been out-qualified by his teammate Esteban Ocon here, and he'll start P11. And just looking to see who else could be on a lap. That should be it.
Norris can abandon that lap and save some life in those tyres for his first run in Q3, and that's exactly what he's done.
And so, Yuki Tsunoda makes it through. There are 2 Red Bulls in the top 10.
Man, I don't understand. No rear again.
And the grip just wasn't there for Kimi Antonelli. There's only 1 Mercedes through. George Russell, was fastest. His teammate is down in P14. Lance Stroll didn't get the lap in terms of a lap time that was good enough for Q2, and he'll start P15, the slowest in that session. Let's just have a little look here at Charles Leclerc, and we saw it off board. Just that, it looked more spectacular off board than it did on, but you're right, he had to get on the throttle.
Yeah, he picked up a horrible bit of understeer, the front sliding in about 2/3 the way through the corner. And Yuki Tsunoda put in, I think, actually, yes, Tsunoda's the fastest man in the 36-second middle sector of anybody, of everybody. Oh, did he make that?
That might need looking at and rechecking by the stewards here, which could be a reprieve for Oliveira. This is the final few corners, and Kimi Antonelli complaining about the rear of his car. No complaints from George Russell. He's through as the fastest. Verstappen, Norris, the top 3. Piastri 8th, but he abandoned his final run, and we lost Behrman, Sainz, Lawson, Antonelli, and Stroll.
Thirsty, headaches, fatigue, irritability. You might be dehydrated. Transform ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with Nib Hydroscience. With an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, clinically tested nutrients, superior hydration than water alone. Get more out of your water. Tear or live more. Liquid IV.
What's it like driving a GT? Imagine being on a sled on an ice track. Corner hugging. Adrenaline rushing. And performance that's jaw-dropping. And that's just the start. Experience the Mercedes-AMG GT 63.
Much deeper than you imagine. Avatar Fire and Ash only appears December 19th. Rated PG-13. Get tickets now.
This is it. This is as good as it gets in the sport.
Conference title contenders collide with playoff dreams on the line.
It all
comes down to this. Dr. Pepper Championship Week, today on ABC.
Welcome back to qualifying here in Abu Dhabi.
Congrats. That's all I have. And that was the right time to put it together. Thank you. You are saying yes. Negative. Yes.
Lauren Mackey's team principal at Red Bull. Before we talk about your two drivers tonight, that's the kind of enthusiasm you want for next year, isn't it?
Yeah, in fairness, he did a very good job there. So it's you know, we have Max, Yuki, and also Isaac now. So it's a good Red Bull drivers effort.
Yeah, you must be super happy there. Yuki then mega fast in the fastest man in the middle part of the lap, Laurent.
Yeah, he has done a very, very good job, honestly, all weekend from FP1. He has been there, so a bit unfortunate this morning with the contact in the pit lane, so he lost a bit of time, but you have seen he has been on the right rhythm straight away, so, you know, well done to him. He deserves it.
Max, second fastest. Have you got the pace for pole tonight?
Have you seen how incredibly tight it is? No, I don't think I remember such a tight grid. Honestly, it's 3/10 P1 to P10 now. I think it was 5/10 P1 to P15 earlier. Anything can happen, but there will be a few cars in the mix for pole, that's for sure.
Can't wait for it. Thanks ever so much, Lauren. As we see Charles Leclerc just saying I was doing rally, and he was at times. Small margins, Anthony Davidson. Let's take a quick look at Yuki Tsunoda. Track limits. Was he over the line?
Well, let's have a look, shall we, with the help of the tools here. So this is the onboard shot. It's too hard to see that one, but on the offboard, we can stop it just at the right moment and just roll it on slightly. I'll put the magnifying tool up as well. So what you're looking for is just one tiny bit of contact with the front left tyre. We can see that the rear's out. I think that front left tyre remains just about in contact the whole time, but I don't know if you've got a better look from where you're sitting. I don't know. It's so tight. I think he's just about in. And remember, if on the CCTV, if they can look down the top view,
yeah,
you're
right. It's on. But God, that's close.
Would be over the white line. I think he should be all right with that one, in my opinion. But it's
I agree.
Stand a bit closer to the telly, man.
Still can't see it. He doesn't have a whole lot of luck. I think that's a little touch of luck, that one.
It could well be. I mean, he's got to pray for this one, I think, to the racing gods.
I ain't lying.
The racing gods have answered his prayers. We've started, or we're about to start, and he will be through. Sadly, no racing luck, qualifying luck, or any luck at all for Lewis Hamilton tonight. He's in the media pen now, talking to Rachel.
Katy Perry.
When we spoke yesterday, you said there was... Hi, Lewis. When we spoke yesterday, you said there were some changes you wanted to make overnight in the car to get a better balance. Were the changes made for today?
Yeah, we made lots of changes. The car felt great too.
The car felt great. So when you said on the radio, the same thing again, are you referring to your performance in qualifying? And you don't know why, it's just you can't find it at the moment, that skill you've been known for. Right, I'll leave it to the mic first.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart.
On the heads twice.
That's smart.
Rachel does very well with those interviews. That's a tough gig.
And asked with a lot of compassion. And thank you to Lewis for the honest answers there as well. It's hard to talk about, Martin, when you are a 7-time world champion with 104 poles, and you know that your speed wasn't there tonight, and it was coming from you. It's a hard thing to talk about.
It wouldn't have thrown the thing in the hedge earlier on, because cars have to get put back together slightly hurriedly in terms of the perfect setup, get them on the flat patch, and just getting everything absolutely, things just don't have the luxury of finally setting the car up when it's got to be put back together again.
Bernie Collins on our pit wall. Come in, Bernie.
Yes, just a quick bit of information for you folks in this session. 3 drivers that
Just wait till next year. It's pretty much the bottom line.
new tyres for
Don't
this
worry
session.
about it.
And those 3 drivers are Verstappen, Russell, and Leclerc. They have 2 new sets. Everyone else is going to run a used
Step
set
it up,
first
man.
and then a
Step it
new
up.
set second. So they're 3 to watch out for this first run at least. Can that bring them the advantage into the second run as well?
Well, it gives them the knowledge of exactly what a new set of tyres feels like on the track at this moment in time. And this comes back to McLaren having to use those 2 new sets in Q1 unusually. What they were able to both do is, although they're used when they go out, they only really did sort of a half a lap hard because they could abandon that lap. So they kind of got 1.5 new sets at McLaren.
So here we go then. Poles this season: Verstappen 7, Norris 7, Piastri 6. Piastri had a 4-race run without a top 3 start until he took pole in Qatar. It could end up with 7 poles each for the top 3 of the championship in 2025. Verstappen with a 16.8 for the first sector, and that's the best one we've had so far in this qualifying hour.
Yeah, a little bit of wheel spin coming out of 7. He's going to get a slipstream. Well, he was going to get a super slipstream from Mr. Mate, but he had to get out of the way, give Max a clear line of sight for the super fast turn 9, and that's nearly as fast as 10 and 11. And we're in then underneath the hotel, and the lights. The track is so bright for them. That is not a problem here at night, and 1 corner to go, and you sort of tip it in from the top of a hill, and Max then using all of the track. And what can he do? A 22.2. That's quick. That's very quick.
That's half a second faster than his best time in Q2. It's a second faster than Gabriel Bortoletto, who's just crossed the line, and he's gone significantly faster than both Norris and Piastri on their used tyres that have done half a lap at least. Compared to Max on the new tyres for this first run in Q3. Isaac Hadjar moves ahead of Esteban Ocon before they've completed the lap so far. Lando Norris next to cross the line, goes second fastest, that half a second behind Max Verstappen, but you're not expecting him to be level with Verstappen on that performance given the offset between new and used soft tyres.
Agreed, but is there a half second in a new set of tyres? We'll find out shortly.
Well, we certainly will, and Max Verstappen proving that each and every one of these 16 corners need to be treated with respect. Last year, when his qualifying ended at the final turn, Piastri puts 3/10 between himself and Verstappen. If you remember, Max nearly crashed exiting the final corner on his fastest lap last year. So you've got to treat this track with respect. Charles Leclerc slots into 4th fastest, Fernando Alonso 6th fastest. We're on board with George Russell now,
who was wrestling it like crazy coming out from underneath the hotel, really fighting the car hard, George Russell, and that is despite having 2 new sets of tyres. That is the result, a 22.8. That's a 10 slower than Q2.
All sports talking about other sports.
On the team radio, Yuki Tsunoda has been told to give Max a really good tow. You know, wait for him.
Person on baseball, something about soccer. You know, soccer reference.
He gave him a good half a toe, didn't he, down the back straight? That was the mistake there from George.
I know he felt it. I know his stomach. He felt that in the pit of his stomach, like, oh God, please don't let me hit the wall.
But the advantage that Red Bull have of 2 drivers in Q3 here, one of whom is going for the championship, one has been out of the championship for a long, long period. They can afford to use Yuki Tsunoda tonight to help Max Verstappen get that extra speed down the straight, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. And wouldn't surprise me, Martin Brundle, if Yuki Tsunoda doesn't start P10 in this race, and he goes out again to try and drive for his teammate the next time we see him on track.
Yeah. It looked like he sort of got out of the way as Norris then wrestling the car in the final corner. It looks like Tsunoda sort of got out of the way, maybe a touch too early, but at least he didn't hit the Verstappen in any way.
This was a replay then of Lando Norris. Wasn't.
Look at that.
That wasn't the entry, or the exit, I should say, the entry into turn 1 that he really wanted.
You don't want to straddle that.
Lovely, fluid driving style that we've seen in the free practices, Lando. There's something just, what I talked about earlier on, there's something just a bit edgy and a bit tight about the way Lando's driving. He needs to calm those hands down for his final attempt.
That was his golf swing. He'd be back on the range going, right, I know how to do this. I've just got to find a rhythm again. Bernie, to you.
Excuse me.
Yes, Coffee, I was just going to pick up on that discussion about the toe. You can see that in Verstappen's telemetry. You can see him gain down both of the main straights, out of turn 5, out of turn 7. That's where some of the gain is to the two McLarens. But then, contrary to what's been happening the majority of the weekend, he also gained through that final sector, 12, 13, 14. Verstappen got that together quite well on that first lap in Q3. And he manages to gain as well over McLaren, which has been their strong point all weekend.
Brilliantly explained, Bernie. We can actually bring some pictures to that as well, because this is Max Verstappen out on track.
Give him a really good toe here, really good toe. Wait for him. Look at your mirrors.
So that's the toe that he was getting from Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah, Tsunoda did pull out about the right time, actually, didn't he? So, and of course he's on new tyres, Max, which is why the car hung on well through here as well. And that could be pole already. That slipstream and that lap could well be fast enough for pole position. We'll find out shortly. It's going to need something mighty from the two McLaren boys to beat that.
And the gap just over 3/10 for Oscar Piastri to claim a pole position.
Look in the eyes.
Just under half a second for Lando Norris. Assuming, of course, Max doesn't go any faster. Ted, down to you.
Yeah, that's a big assumption, isn't it? Because Max leaving the garage again on new tyres. Yuki gets a set of new tyres and goes first. No toe for him, but no sign of him giving a toe now to Max on the second run. George Russell saying he's got no rear grip. CC Radio.
Try and get me behind Verstappen on his in lap. He'll probably give me a toe.
Okay, and yeah, we've seen with the new tyres, there were, if you get it absolutely right, 3/10 per second over the scrub tyres. The McLaren, both Piastri and Norris, are going to need all those 3/10 and more, as you say, Martin.
Yeah, and that's smart thinking from George, isn't it? He's got his brain engaged. Look, Max would love me to be on the front row with him. He'll give me a slipstream. Get me behind him.
Yeah, Max is getting an advantage. Toe can play at that game, is what he's saying.
He did.
Only 3/10 covering the top 10 drivers in
That's what I need,
Q2.
man. I need lights like that in the back of my car.
It'll break the record for the closest
Some
top 10
Night
in history
Rider
for the third time this season.
Katy Perry again.
In concerts here last night in Abu Dhabi. Benson Boone playing tomorrow night and handing out the trophy for the pole position. It's a beautiful thing. For tonight, Metallica on stage. So, for whom the bell tolls then, and who's got the fuel for this one? George Russell, desperate to get out of the garage there, as close to Max as he possibly can. Oh.
Yes. You almost wonder if that had been discussed beforehand, don't you? Because, the trouble is, George can't get too close, otherwise he'll struggle in the corners, but a nice distant slipstream. But Max had the perfect slipstream, really, because the person cutting a hole in the air for him just skedaddled out of the way.
Right, we're watching the McLaren of Oscar Piastri. We're watching the Red Bull of Max Verstappen. We're watching the McLaren of Lando Norris. It is all coming down to these runs. Bernie Collins.
Yeah, just quickly, Coffee. Obviously, Tsunoda almost a full lap out of fields with Verstappen. So can they do something on Tsunoda's in lap? That's what we've got to watch out for. Can he give Verstappen that too? I think Russell's too close. He needed more than half a lap between him and Verstappen in order to get Verstappen on his in lap. That's what he was hoping to achieve. But Verstappen left the garage too late for that.
Previous polls here, I mentioned those 4 in a row for Max Verstappen. It was Lando Norris winning from pole here in Abu Dhabi last year. And it's 7 for Max, 7 for Lando, 6 for Oscar in terms of poles in 2025. McLaren Constructors Champions wanting a Drivers' Championship to go with that. The great Emerson Fittipaldi is here to watch the next 3.2 miles, starting off with Oscar Piastri. Martin Brundle.
Yeah, Piastri had to back up again a bit to give space to Leclerc. Norris to back him up, to give space against Piastri. There's Piastri. You'll see Norris in the background, I'd imagine. And it's turn one. Flies through there nicely. Car hooked up, absolutely full throttle, and a bit of curve through turns 2, 3, and 4. Cascade down the hill to 5. And got to touch the curb on the inside if you can. Pick up the throttle. Where you pick up the throttle there is super important.
That's his safety, but the cars are so low to the ground, the driver's butts are like literally hitting the road. So it's like half safety, half punishment.
But only by 12 thousandths of a second as Piastri now puts his foot to the floor and blasts his way down the second of those back straights towards turn 9, 200 miles an hour.
Ouch.
DRS in use for the final time in Formula 1 and giving him that extra 20 kilometers an hour speed, but he's not finding the speed on this lap to trouble the pole sitter.
Norris a tenth faster than Piastri in the middle sector of this lap.
It could be that Max Verstappen takes pole, or which of the McLaren drivers starts ahead of the other. We shall see. Leclerc goes P3 as he crosses the line. Alonso 6, Hadjar 9. Here comes Piastri.
Norris isn't really going to get started.
Brilliant final sector, but he stays
let's see what he does
only on the
tomorrow.
front row. Lando Norris, who was on pole here in Abu Dhabi last year, has he got the speed for pole? No, but crucially, he's ahead of his teammates and takes the front row himself. It is going to be Max Verstappen to claim pole for a 5th time here in Abu Dhabi. Equal with Lewis Hamilton for the most, and George Russell careers his way around the final corner, loses time in the process, and it all goes wrong for him where it went wrong for Max 12 months ago. It has all gone right for Max here tonight. The championship up for grabs, and Verstappen has taken pole.
And that was a quicker lap still without any slipstream. Stunning lap from Max Verstappen there. A full 2 tenths faster than the McLarens.
That's 2 pole position laps, Max. It's a good start.
Let's go, guys. Let's see. Yes. Lovely.
So, Verstappen will start on pole for what is the 48th in his career. His first time in P1 since Austin. For Lando Norris, that's a really important front row ahead of his teammate, championship challenger as well, Oscar Piastri. Piastri is the one to lose out here, only by, what, 3/100ths of a second. And to Lando Norris, if it finished Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, Norris would still be the champion. That would be enough.
Got a bit of P3. P3, that sets you up nicely, right?
Yeah, nicely done. Wasn't much left in that one, so thanks. Car was pretty good.
Yeah, I think Oscar's going to be a little bit disappointed with that, especially after his Q2 performance. And George Russell throws that Mercedes-Benz at the last corner. Just about keeps it in play.
Wishy-washy.
Let's have a look at it. There's a nice slow-mo. I mean, he just all caution to the wind there for George.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, he just about kept his right front in play, didn't he there?
The right front slid out, the back right was in, and vice versa. That was rally from George Russell. A great performance by Charles Leclerc to take P5 on the grid tonight.
I think that's interesting, Leclerc P5, because I don't think he's going to have the race pace of the 4 guys ahead of him. He's going to have a 2-part race, but that means the 3 championship contenders are pretty clear now to go and just fight it out with George Russell keeping a close eye on them.
Number 1 on his car, Max Verstappen, here this evening, where he took that number 1 in 2021, where he's had that number 1 on his car now for, what, 1,547 days, 1,457 consecutive days. He doesn't want that number 1 to disappear. What a race we've got in store tomorrow. Don't expect Max Verstappen to blast off into the distance. He will need others to overtake Lando Norris, and he will need maybe to back Norris into the pack. Piastri will be challenging because he needs to beat Norris as well. And Russell and Leclerc and Alonso, Bortoletto and Ocon, Hadjar and Tsunoda making up the top 10 will all be desperate to get into the fight too.
Russell in P2 starts a little tighter into the first corner because pole position's on the right-hand side, gives you a nice swing into that corner. Piastri will be right behind him.
Kelly is there for the congratulations. Oscar Piastri knows all about that tight first corner because, of course, he started P2 last year and then Max tagged him going for the move on the inside. Smiles tonight as he's done what he had to do to claim that pole position, and that was two very, very fine laps indeed.
Yeah, and 2/10 in that field's a lot, isn't it? Yeah, 1.5 tenths actually was between, I think, 4th and 15th.
So the Red Bull fans are happy for tonight. I don't know if any of the top three will get any sleep this evening at all. There's an awful lot at stake. Verstappen ends with the most poles this season. Zach Brown says, congratulations, well done to Oscar Piastri. Congratulations and well done to Lando Norris, who probably looks the most disappointed with the top three.
It shouldn't be, if he is. Yeah, they're all in play, aren't they? And it's, you know, it's time. We've seen the 3 championship contenders pull something very special out of the bag tonight. I mean, absolute commitment.
Oh, they've been giving us great entertainment throughout the season here. Down in Parc Fermé. Hinch is in town. He will have the microphone in his hand. The top 3 in front of him. Well, here's some words from our pole sitter. And the man alongside him on the front row, and Oscar Piastri. The top 3 in the championship will be the top 3 on the grid for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Joined here by your top 3, Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Oscar Piastri. Max, first of all, congratulations, 48th career pole. You found an enormous amount of lap time in Q3 there. Where did that come from?
Well, in Q2 I stayed on scrub tires, and I think those laps already felt quite decent. And because then in Q3 around here, you know, track time is coming down, you know that you can push a bit more, and that's exactly what we did. We found a bit more lap time, and of course, incredibly happy to be in first. That's the only thing that we can do, right? That's the only thing that we can control. Try to just maximize everything we have, and then what we can with the car, and we definitely did that in qualifying.
Max, conditions in P3 were so different from what you see in qualifying. What's the challenge like for you and your engineers to decide what changes to make to the car, knowing that when you get on track in qualifying, it's going to be so different than what you saw in practice?
Yeah, you have to, of course, try and guess a little bit how much the track is going to improve. Of course, it cools down a lot, but you're never like 100% sure if it's going to work. But I do think that what we changed definitely helped me a little bit more to feel better in qualifying.
Very good. All right, Lando Norris starts outside of the front row. You guys are really kind of writing this script for us, all 3 of you, starting 1, 2, 3. Lando, you're ahead of one championship rival, behind the other. Are you satisfied with how you did out there? Did you leave anything on the table?
Oh, it's tough. I mean, Max did a good job, so congrats to him. We did everything we could. I think my lap was pretty good. I was pretty happy. So yeah, we of course disappointed to not be on pole for the final weekend, but we just weren't fast enough today. So we'll have to try and do it tomorrow.
A podium tomorrow clinches the World Championship for you. Is that then the goal? Are you just thinking about finishing on the podium, or is it going for the win?
I don't know. The time will come, I think, of that. But for now, you know, disappointed to not be on pole, and I still want to try win tomorrow. So that's going to be the goal.
And Oscar, for you, great effort throughout. You're very quick in P1, came up a little bit short in Q3. How was the run for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty good. I think the lap I did in Q1 was nice to finally get into a rhythm through the weekend, and honestly, I think the last lap in Q3 was pretty good as well. There wasn't a whole lot left in that, so no, just not quite quick enough today, but yeah, sets up a pretty exciting day tomorrow.
qualifying pace is one thing, obviously race pace a completely different thing. Do you think you've got what it takes to get by these two guys tomorrow for the win?
We'll find out tomorrow. I think Max has looked very quick in the long runs this weekend, and clearly very quick over one lap. But yeah, let's see how much pace is affected tomorrow.
And then Max, just finally back to you. Obviously, a win essentially is all you can control, like you said. Is there any point worrying about what's happening behind you, or is it just eyes forward for 58 laps?
Oh, we'll find out tomorrow, don't we? Let's see what we can do. Of course, I'll try to win the race, but also in the back of my mind, we want to try and score
So like true competitors.
a lot of points to still try and win that championship. So we need a bit of luck from what's happening behind us.
All right, well, hey, top 3 in the championship, or top 3 in the race, Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Oscar Piastri. Congratulations.
Thanks for watching Formula One on ESPN.
Thanks for watching. Ta-ta. Tired.